I'm going to tell you a simple story, and that story is all about why we are sitting in this room. Okay? Why we are sitting in this room and how being in this room will give you that opportunity, which most of the people who are not in this room might not even know it. And even though they know it, they can't value it. So today, my job is to just tell you the story. You value it, you judge whether in being in this room is helpful or not. And then let me know at the end when we do the networking. Clear? When we will do the networking session where we will try to know each other, their progression, their experiences in their life. And it is a quite open session, okay? Just to make sure that everybody is on same table. And I'm taking you a little back, not very back in history, but yes, as much as you can go, which is hidden in 1997. Before we get into any technical stuff, let me tell you that for sure. Let me give you a context to it. It is all about an idea from 1997, okay, that everyone said is impossible. You remember, even in the 2 day session, we talked about impossible. Whenever you hear this word, always break it down. It helps. Trust me, it always helps. And this idea was also treated like that. An idea worth nearly trillion euros today. Trillion, 1 trillion. That's the idea I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about NVIDIA. Okay, some people have started guessing NVIDIA. Of course not. It is that idea which is about to change your career today. Okay, this matters because you are part of a story now. You are inside this room. You just don't know it yet. Yeah, and even though you know it, but in not in this context for sure. And I'm talking about a story of Kyoto Protocol, right? I'm talking about a story of Kyoto Protocol. There is some issue here. Okay, I think it's working, which is 1997. The impossible idea, which was germinated in Kyoto Protocol, was in December 1997 when Conference of Party happens, if you have heard about it, right? Kyoto, Japan, 192 countries were present in that room. A group of economists proposed something radical at that point in time. And what if we can put a price to pollution? That was the word which was a game changer. What if company could trade this as a carbon credit? And the name was coined. Before this, emissions were free, no cost, no consequences. The reaction was immediately in that room. Always you will find naysayers, right? They said too complex, too intangible, and company will cheat. What do you think? The people who were naysayer, were they telling the truth or they were completely wrong? How many of you feel they were telling the truth? Put thumbs up. And people who think they were not telling the truth, put thumbs down or full five hand. Use your emoji, put that in right away. How many of you thought what they said, the naysayer sitting in the room, too complex, won't work, companies will cheat? What do you think? Okay, Imad says thumbs up. One person is saying thumbs up. So shall I assume everybody is saying they were right? Okay, G Murli said thumbs up. Okay, so two people, three people, Satya as well said that they were right. Okay. So I want to know from the other people who are not saying yes. What do you think? Dr. Satish Kumar, do you think it was too complex, will not work, was the truth? Sasi said thumbs up. Okay, Sasi Prakash says thumbs up. Four people out of 21. So only 25% people believe that it was true. What about others? Let me ask Pratiksha, Monu, what do you think? Why it was not a good idea to have at that point in time? Anyone, whoever is a part of that naysayers, right? Okay, thumbs up means they were right. Thumbs up means they were right. Saying that it was too complex, it won't work, company will cheat. How many of you think they were right? So rest of you are saying they were wrong and actually it worked out. That's what you are saying, right? Actually, it worked out. So now six people are saying they were wrong. Now, people who are saying they were right, it is true. It was too complex, it didn't work, and company cheated. And here comes the scandal. The scandal, which was well known in 2005, and it was on cover story of European media, was known as, anybody knows the scandal? A scandal related to Kyoto Protocol, this idea of carbon credit. Anybody knows that? And that has been fixed eventually, and today we are out of it. So partially they were right, right? Search it out. Kyoto Protocol linked scandal. There was a massive scandal in Soviet, after Soviet got disfragmented. There were several other countries where came, and those country has been caught in this loop of cheating the world. Okay, so this they were naysayer were right, but they were right momentarily, right? Kyoto Protocol CDM system failed, and there was a massive scandal happened. And this was happening in European country, not in third world country or country who has no system at all, right? It was happening in Europe, and it is called, anybody? Okay, I will give that as a homework. Search it. What was that scandal name? Okay, in 2005, it was in news, national media, and people really talked about it. So they were right, but they were right momentarily. Even environmentalists at that point in time hated this economist idea or putting a price on carbon. Okay, putting a price on carbon, even environmentals hated it. And you can't create our market for pollution was their point of view, that we are now incentivizing pollution. That's what environmental says. Other naysayer, of course, they said that it will never work and company will cheat, and which happened actually. Okay, but on December 11th, 1997, they did it anyway, and European ETS system came into existence. The Kyoto Protocol was signed. This idea was also forced there. And then everybody forgot about it as well. Okay. Because of course the Kyoto Protocol was going to get implemented a little later. So everybody forgot about it. For years altogether, in between this scandal erupted and nothing happened. Skeptics seems right because a scandal started happening. People started coming to the market and they were known as hot air. The scandal name was hot air. Hot air scandal in 2005 was in national media in Europe. What was happening? People started reporting, even without controlling any carbon emission, that I am saving so much of carbon. Poland, etc., these kind of Eastern European country, as well as the fragmented part of Soviet Union started reporting this, and people caught them red-handed that you never had so much of emission. Where did you save it? Okay, that is what the initiation of uh, there are few people who are joining without name. I will recommend them to please join with name, otherwise we will never know who you are. Right, and then later on somebody will remove you from my team member. So please put your name when you join so we know who you are, and even other people can know who you are. Okay, now what I was saying is skeptical became right at that point in time. People understood that there is a massive problem, and massive problem was about, okay, there is some overlap of words. It's not coming clear. So I need to fix that. We will again take you through the slide little later. Now, but a small group of people still believed in it and they started building on it quietly. 2005 to 2020 was that period which got recorded as golden moment for European Union ETS system. And that was that quiet build. Here is what they built. Let me tell you that. 2005, European Union launched emission trading system. And that trading system was valued at 50 billion euros worth of carbon credit. That's how they started. In a year, that was traded on 2005. In 2015, 10 year exactly down the line, Paris Agreement was signed, right? Which created the global architecture for the carbon market, where principle number six was all about carbon market. 6.2 about two national collaboration. So two nation collaboration was listed in 6.2, and 6.4 was all about how international market can trade here. Clear? 2021, another most polluting country in the world, which is all obviously apart from India and China, the world largest emitter, launch its own national ETS system. India is a little late in the race, you should know. We have started this in 2023, and 2025 we actually formally launched it. Carbon market went global the moment China launched its ETS system. 2023, they built voluntary carbon market, which was very small. Today, in 2023, actually, it touched $2 billion. And this is a private voluntary carbon market, no mandatory requirement. Microsoft, Amazon, Cell, all got in, hands down. But most ESG professionals still thought carbon accounting was nice to have. And they started building their career in ESG, EHS, right? Doing governance. Some people started learning sustainable finance, etc. Rather than going to the core and learning the building block. Would be good to learn someday was their thought process, and that has stalled the career for lot many people in India, specifically in India. That's why I said that being in this room make that difference, that you are trying to learn this area. 2024 to 2026, last 2 year was the game changer in this industry. World has woken up to a new reality. You know what is that reality? 850 billion euros. Where is 2 billion for voluntary carbon market in 23? And today we have total global market of 850 billion euros. And this is still in 2024. Okay, that is the statistics verified number in place. The impossible idea became I am possible idea, and now one of the largest financial market. And that is why people are saying in next 10 year, actually people are guessing next 5 year, 2030, this market will be competing hands to hand and may have a similar DNA what we see in cryptocurrency today. I'm not taking names here, but what you see in cryptocurrency, you are going to see similar kind of, sudden jump in the transaction in next 5 to 10 years. Okay, so remember my word, remember this orientation class, and come back after 5 years and drop a comment that were we right or wrong. The acceleration in this market is unprecedented. Actually, if you look on January 1st, 2026, 2 weeks ago, exactly from today, what we are sitting, European Union has launched CBAM. How many of you have heard about? Raise your hand if you have heard CBAM. Unmute as well. You can unmute in this class. Okay. You can unmute in this class. No problem. How many of you have heard about CBAM? If not, please let me know so I can take one session, extra session on CBAM. At least you heard about it. I'm not saying that you should be master in it. CBAM. How many of you have heard about it? Okay, I can say Sasank, G. Murli. Only 2% knows CBAM. That's quite surprising if that is the case. I know you must have heard, might be very shy to become too, bold and say, I know it. Rajiv Chandra ji, have you heard? Okay, so Ravi has heard about it. Achita, impossible that you have not heard. If not heard, not a problem. We will try to touch base there as well. Once we will know how to first calculate, understand how to go into CBAM calculation and what kind of certification they launch. Now, if you manufacture steel, cement, aluminum, and want to sell it in Europe, you now pay a carbon tax. Like you pay income tax, at least you know income tax, right? How many of you don't pay income tax? Raise your hand. Nobody, right? At least you are paying indirect in form of GST. Whenever you buy a milk packet also, you pay income tax today. Okay. So that is GST. We say it's a indirect tax, but it is a tax. Similarly, there is a tax which is now direct, specifically for exporter to Europe and UK. Europe and UK is separate if you are aware about it. This is happening for these industry right now, majority. Which are the industry? Steel, cement, aluminum. These are hard to abate industry and most polluting ones as well. Clear? If you can't calculate your emission, you can't sell to Europe. It's as simple as that mathematics. 16 trillion euros economy gone. Currently, we are exporting to Europe and the UK together for 60 billion, a trillion dollars. And that market will not be in your even purview because people will not hire you for that market if you don't understand the economics there. India, SEBI BRSR mandate, which you are knowing. How many of you know BRSR? Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting, right? That is the name of law or standard in India, which is mandatory for top 1,000 companies, top 1,000 plus they say, because there are few which can become 1,000. It is mandatory to them. Mandatory. Can't calculate it, you cannot be compliant. You cannot be compliant today. United States, SEC, Climate Disclosure Rules, CDR. SEC, CDR. So that is US regulation. Moving forward, even though Trump has removed all shackles from carbon market, still it is there in their books. Till now, Trump has still not touched that SEC Climate Disclosure Rules book. Fortune 500 companies, 94% of them are having carbon accounting done by GHG protocol. Only one standard, GHG protocol, 94%. 90% of those have net zero target, which we will be learning. Investors are tracking them. And here is the uncomfortable truth for you. You cannot report what you can't measure. You cannot report what you can't measure. You can't do copy paste here. Impossible. If you do it, you are not risking your career, you are risking company reputation and penalty which is waiting for them. It is just waiting. Means tell me if I'm a police and I know here a lot of smuggling is happening. But whenever I want, I can go and take it out, right? I can make money out of it, not as an individual, but as a police, as a department I'm talking about. Are you with me? So government will know immediately if you do any assumptions which are not as per requirements, right? As per standards. Any assumptions will be challenged and you will be penalized. And you know that, NAFRA, there are several regulatory bodies just waiting for you to get penalized, right? Now, you cannot commit to what you cannot track. So first line, you cannot report what you can't measure. Second line, you cannot commit to what you cannot track. You cannot trade what you cannot quantify. You cannot track, you cannot quantify. Hence, quantification is important. Are you with me? So right now, 10,000 companies have made climate commitment. They literally don't know how to fulfill. 10,000 of those are there where you can go and work because they don't know how to fulfill, but they have committed to it. Because they don't have anyone who can do the math doesn't mean they cannot, they stop themselves to committing. It is mandatory on few of them. Right now, that's the situation. The world has decided carbon has a price, emission must be disclosed, and the only question which we need to be answering is, will you, one of the people who knows how to do it, will help these companies? Okay? Will you, which is one of those companies which can help, will have opportunity in these three areas. What are these three areas? The first one is, and let make this about you, not about me, not about this session. It's about you. Yesterday, ESG was a marketing gimmick. Till today, somebody is treating. Good, thanks to them. We will have a additional job just soon enough. Okay. Till yesterday, ESG was a marketing gimmick. And why I'm saying marketing gimmick? If you can't calculate it accurately, it is a marketing. As simple as that, which is nowadays is known as greenwashing, right? And there are different 12 types of greenwashing, greenwashing, you name it, and there is some problem there. So yesterday was a marketing which is nice to have. Today, carbon is a compliance. SEBI says you must. European says, Union says you must. Your CFO is asking question which you can't answer. Tomorrow, carbon is going to be currency. That's why I compared it with crypto. Okay. Tomorrow, carbon will be currency. How many of you have heard Tesla Motors owner or Tesla owner? If you know his name is Elon Musk, has sat with one of the Indian guy. His name is, he's the Girodha partner's brother. How many of you know Kamath brothers, Nitin Kamath and Nikhil Kamath? So they had an interview. In that interview, one sentence hit all the carbon accountant. And what was that word? When he said that tomorrow energy will be currency, not crypto, not your normal currency, not even gold. He said very clearly, energy will be the currency. So if you have energy, you own it, you will be the master of world. Okay. And it has a lot of weightage. Whatever he said, if you have time, please watch out at least that section. It will really help you to understand economics of carbon market. Right. So tomorrow, carbon will be currency which will be traded, priced, and factored into every business decision making. Hence, a ESG reporter, a GHG accountant will be that technical analyst which will earn 60% more than any generalist in the market. Any generalist in the market. Okay. Why? Massive demand. Not enough supply, which I have already shown you. And that report will be sent tonight. We will be always okay. I will also be setting what all will be happening going forward. So let me set the expectation very clear. The truth is this. Before we begin, let's be honest. There will be life which will happen to all of us. Might be the day where our office is demanding too much from me and you won't be able to come to session. What is request here is don't mind it. What you need to do is watch the video, which will be uploaded very next day morning, and send a link. You watch the video on very next day. Why? Because it's an intensive program. 4 weeks is not enough. Trust me, 4 weeks is not enough. We have ran this program for 15 other times, and we know it's very difficult. We always overrun by 1 or 2 weeks. We always overrun by 1 or 2 weeks, even though it's very intensive. So you can understand. Ask Rajiv Chandraji, who attended our previous few sessions, of course, and he will tell you his experience. And I will be opening soon enough, everybody's mic and asking them to introduce, asking them their experiences, why they joined this program. And he joined part of this program earlier, and he could not sustain it. He said that you keep my money, I am leaving, I will come back, I will pay you again and join this program. And he did that exactly. Okay, of course, the program had changed now, so he knows that completely program, and we changed the program. So this program you will not see in the next batch as well. Only hardly 60 to 70% we always keep same because this market is evolving. This market is evolving. Of course, 20% is theory, which I can't change, right? The fundamental. But other 80%, every 2 months it is changing. So I have to change my program. Okay, so he will be seeing a very completely new program. So what I'm trying to tell you that there will be we are living a human life, right? So there will be a life happening to all of us. You might miss a day, but don't take that excuse not to learn that day. Make sure that very next day you get the recording, talk to your group members, what has happened. They will summarize for you, and they will make sure that you are handled handled in that situation. So make sure that you communicate with your group and watch the video. So that is the first requirement. This won't be easy, I know, and you should be knowing. If you do not know, please note it down in your notebook. This journey of 4 weeks will not be easier. Okay. It requires serious focus. It requires 4 weeks of commitment, and that's what you have committed to me. Money is not important, your time is important. 2 hours every day is very critical. Trust me, I will make it as enjoyable as possible, but you have to make to show up that day. Whatever it takes, just show up. 10 years of experts will, whatever 10 years I have learned, I will be discussing that. So it is not one day, 2 day. You can't be passive here. You have to contribute. So you have to learn that topic and come to the class. We will be telling you before the session what next session is all about. You need to read and come back. I will be also telling you what will happen in next 4 weeks. Okay. I will give you that idea clear cut. What this is, you will work hard, challenge yourself, not others. You will gain real and applicable skills from day one. How many of you made notes today or just enjoyed? Make sure from tomorrow onwards, not tomorrow, Monday onwards, bring a notebook. Just bring a notebook and you will see that the advantage you will carry, your peer will not. I'm seeing few of you are showing pain, means you are carrying it. Good, Dharya, good Rajiv ji, good Arpit. I can see Arpit. Show your notebook. How many of you have carrying a notebook? Even I am making notes. Even I'm talking to you. I am making notes wherever required. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Few of you whose camera I can't see, and there are few of you who are driving. Okay, see Shekhar Patil ji. Awesome, awesome job. He's sitting in a, of course, not in driving seat. He's sitting in a seat and is still carrying a notebook. Please note it down. This nugget, you can't get it anywhere. This nugget, which is the statistics, the fact, the practice, I can't put in slide as well sometime because I will be talking some confidential information. So keep a notebook and a pen, very important. You will build confidence with technical expertise. That guarantee I take. That guarantee is that you will know those jargons which your peer in Terry, in peer in IPCC is talking about. That I can guarantee. But you have to give me 2 hours and plus 1 hour. 2 hours is not enough for me. 2 hours plus 1 hour. 5 days in a week. 2 days, just relax, chillax, revise if you want. But 2 days, I will not touch you. I will not ask you anything. Only thing if there is some event happening, like debate is happening, CBAM discussion will be happening, AI in sustainability will be happening. That day we will disturb you for an hour, hour and a half. Otherwise, we will not touch you. But 5 days, 2 hour evening and 1 hour in morning continuously is required. Okay. Transformation requires little effort. You are in this room for transformation. Even though you want to gather the information, trust me, this information itself is a touch stone. क्या बोलते हैं उसको मोनू? It's a touch stone, right? It will definitely change you. No, I can't understand what you're talking, so I'm muting you. I know you are not talking to me. We provide the roadmap, you provide the drive. The drive will be yours, not mine. What all we are covering? We are starting with foundation. We will start assuming you know nothing. I will assume you know nothing. That's where I will start. You can start whatever you know, but I will treat you that you know nothing. So we'll start with GHG word itself. So greenhouse gases, where they come from, how they work, what is GHG protocol, what is ISO standard, which is specific to this particular area, and we will set the boundary around it. Once we will understand Paris Agreement, Kyoto Protocol, GHG accounting, global warming potential, why we need GHG accounting, right? That what is that global warming all about? What climate risk is all about? When I will show you some examples, you will understand that. Once that is finished, which will be week 1. So next 1 week will be complete foundational. Okay. But very important. Again, we will be bringing you some examples like Unilever case study, Tesla case study, right? All those case study will be important for you. And we will be debating, discussing, and driving conclusions from, and everybody will be contributing. Week 2, once that foundation is set, we will go straight away getting our hand dirty. We'll do calculations, not only on scope 1 and 2, but from creation of GHG inventory. We will learn that 5-step model of GHG inventory creation used by Accenture, any big four, including our company as a consulting assignment, right? Even GHG protocol has recommended 8-step. We have converted into 5-step. Why? Because there are 5 principles under GHG protocol. So when you put them together, it becomes namaste, and then only you will get the expertise. God को मनाने के लिए उनके सामने तो जोड़ना ही पड़ता है दोनों फिंगर के हाथ को, है ना? Now, if that happens, You will learn scope 1, 2, and 3 directly from GHG protocol, not from me. GHG protocol, because we'll make sure that you read those 100 pages which are there. And my help will be, I will give you cheat sheets. I will give you cheat sheet that where the important things are, but it will be your duty. And you won't believe, in previous batch people have read how many, on an average 50 page out of 100 page in a daytime, and not using chat gpt. Okay, not using chat gpt. Chat gpt is for summary purposes. They read it literally. Why? Because those are examples which we discuss in the class, so you can go very fast with reading. Okay, we will do that calculations after you learn that. And not only one and two, but three, 15 different category. We will do all 15 of this, except one or two which are not relevant in common market and requires little more time and effort. But we will teach you all 15 of these, those which is standard to use and how to use. We'll also go into strategy, which is critical part. So we'll learn the LCA fundamental there, SBTI requirements there, and we will build how international companies, different sector, at least we will take 5 or 6 sectors. What are those core idea which they are using? What are those core idea they are using as a strategy for setting their net zero targets? We will do that. Last but not least, we'll go into disclosure part, and we will learn the carbon markets and how to utilize this knowledge into real world like ESG reporting, right? So whatever we have learned in climate risk and climate action, how to put into a report and get access to the boardroom. You remember when I started my 2 day session, I said that in boardroom who are welcome, who talks that we emitted this year 47,000 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. Our scope 3 is specifically coming from business travel is the highest, 60% of it, and 42% we can reduce in 3 years if this strategy or initiative in net zero we can deploy. This is the language you need to be learning, and that will happen on day 30th. Clear? From uncertain to capable in 40 hours. That's why I said 5 days, 2 hour, 10 hours a week, 5 week, 4 week, we are talking about 40 hours. Now, our teaching philosophy is, as I told you, 20% theory, 40% practice. So Excel first approach. We will be showing you softwares, but we won't be using them. Hands-on labs, live support, and regulatory ready. That's our approach. 8 Excel tool, we will be talking and showing you. I will be also taking you through that whatever we have provided, where are those and how to use them, because you have too much of material with you. Here is the curricula. First one, I think something is cutting in the down. I will set that up and send you the screenshot as well. Foundation standard, we'll look into climate science, we'll look into framework. Why 1.5-degree pathway is important for carbon budgets and global climate risk. GHG protocol and ISO 14064, both coverage will be done. Regulatory landscape, SEBI BRSR, principle number 6, we'll go inside and know what they are asking and when they will ask for scope 3. ISSB disclosure, we will give you a booklet to read and you can read as a synopsis. Boundary setting is very important task in the foundation standard, and we will do it with examples, including Reliance one, which we have given you there, but we didn't give you the feedback. Now, calculation engine, of course, ESGPro 5-step model. We will be giving you that again, a model concrete enough for you to create a most strongest audit ready carbon accounts. Scope 1 and 2 calculation, scope 3 deep down, and the practical labs. Here, you will be doing calculation live. You will do a calculation live after week 2. Week 3, we will of course be doing strategy and markets, where we will be looking into LCA fundamental, how it works, what is CIMAPro, what is Gabi software, how to use them, why people are using LCAI framework, right? Impact is the framework, product carbon footprinting, PCF, and its standard, science-based target initiative, carbon market offsetting. Then we will go into disclosure and reporting. BRSR disclosure requirement, corporate case studies, how people are failing audit. We have already seen a part of it. We'll go little detail there. And carbon market, which is most important. There will be some bonus sessions in between, like ISO pathway 14064. We'll call some expert who are already certified internal audit. They will share their experience, sustainable finance, LCA deep dive, and presentation and leadership exercise, where we will help you to improvise your LinkedIn, create a thought process that you can become a thought leader in this area going forward. If you wish to do it, then only you can join that specific soft skill session, which we'll be doing for your career optimization. And of course, you will get alumni networking. We will be calling few of the people from past to share their experiences too, that how they transform their career and how this program helps them. Why it matters? Of course, it matters that you can ask question which you have not done today, and I'm not very happy, but I know after you network, you will start doing it. And I know for a sure that this group is a lifelong group. You will trust each other more than even me. Your support system is, of course, you have Sandeep and Navya. Both of them will support you. We are available in daily hours. Cohort and community will be the real help. You can always send me an email. I'm always accessible on my WhatsApp. You can always send it. The moment I get the first chance, I will respond to it. Post-program checkings are also allowed. So you can come and check our programs and alumni network. What success looks like when you have technical mastery and you have a strategic capability. If you have both, might not be perfect, but capable. That's what I'm talking about. Capacity building rather than making you perfect. My aim is not to make you perfect. My aim is to make you market ready. So you can go in market and start looking into that goal which you want. 40 hours of live, 10 hours of practice, 5 hours of bonus session. Total of 50 hours you will be getting. Is this for you? Of course it is for you. Only person who is going to be passive will be losing here. Certificate I will give you. Trust me, I will give you certificate. So if you are there 4 week for certificate, don't come to the session. Just send me that I need only the certificate. I have paid you money. I will issue you the certificate after you complete a simple homework. Okay. Starting tomorrow or not tomorrow, Monday, what will be happening? Of course, check your email because every day you will get either in email or on WhatsApp a pre-read material. You will get pre-read material. Please read and then come to the class. There will be case study shared. Just look into it. And here I request that your lunch time might be required to keep your mobile open. I do not recommend, but do it for 4 weeks. It is essential. Test versions will be provided. Slack and WhatsApp community is also available. You will be also added to our GHG and GRI specialist group once you will submit your photograph and LinkedIn ID. So we can introduce to those people and they know whom they are talking to. You need not to be perfect, trust me. Ask any question, even though it's silly, I won't mind. And in this class, trust me, everybody will learn. Even though they are expert, trust me, when you ask that silly question, they learn. And it happened with every class, every cohort I have seen. The weakest person becomes the strongest. Why? Because he asked the right question. So in 4 weeks, you will look back today, might be little lengthier introduction, but you will recognize that whatever has been said today, you will feel that day, right? Welcome to the boot camp. Let's begin discussing your introduction with. So let me ask Dr. R. Satish Kumar. So first I will give chances to people who have kept their camera on and then we will go to others. Let's go to Dr. Satish Kumar.